with a shoulder. A shoulder is a symbol of authority and strength. Remember when Saul was looking for the lost asses and he had to go to the place where Samuel was because he thought that he should ask from a priest, a seer, to know their direction. And then miraculously they met with Samuel, and what Samuel told him was that he should follow them. He should follow him to a place because there was a lunch prepared already, because God already has spoken to Samuel that Saul, the next king, will show up. And guess what he reserved for Samuel? What he reserved for Saul, it was the shoulder that he reserved. And then they said, bring that we reserved. And that was what they served him, the shoulder. The government shall be upon his shoulder. So it represents authority. And it also represents strength. It is also a symbol of capacity and capability. When your shoulder is strong, it means you have capacity or capability also. Here was the story of David and Jonathan. David happened to be a young man just growing up, being aware of himself, but he was always with the sheep, getting trained. That was his own process of becoming a leader. But this was the first time he will appear in the place of authority. And then God arranged for him that he will meet a man called Jonathan, the heir to the throne, the son of Saul. And miraculously, they got connected, and there was a bond between the two of them. David had never worked in the palace environment. He was always in the bush. So we could call him a bush boy. Now he came to the place of opulence, affluence. How will such a person not misbehave? But God prepared for him a friend who happened to know that he was going to be the heir apparent. And somehow miraculously, there was a relationship between the two of them, and there was a bond, strong bond. So as at that time, Jonathan was all that David needed for him to navigate in the palace. So all of us, somehow, we need people like that in our lives. We need mentors. We need teachers. We need instructors. We need parents who will take interest in us. We need parents who will be present with us to take us through. The way of a man is not in himself. He will definitely arrange for people to lead you, to guide you, if you are willing to be guided. When do we need shoulders to lean on? When do I need shoulders to lean on? All of us, number one, when you are starting a journey that is completely new to you. When you are starting a journey that is completely new to you, you need shoulders to lean on. In your business, people go into business, startups, and they don't know anything about such businesses. Definitely, you will record losses if you don't have people to guide you. I have been one of them, and I've met many. Nothing wrong with the business, but you don't have sufficient knowledge to take you through. So you will need somebody to guide you, to lead you, that you can lean on. In your career, you need somebody to counsel with you, to guide you. Many people are in universities today doing courses that they will not use in their lifetime. They are just there. Some are doing it for their parents. Some are doing it out of ignorance. And at the end of the day, they will come out with first class, and that certificate they will hang somewhere because they don't need it. So in your career, you need to be guided. And in some industries, they have people that have been trained who will mentor other people. As a graduate, when you enter into an institution afresh, they will teach you, show you how to do things, and you will be attached to somebody that will guide you. In law, in medicine, in all practices, you will first of all be an apprentice. Even though you graduated in the university, you will still be an apprentice for some time before you can practice, so that you will not either fail or kill people put in your care. In education, you need guidance. In life, we need coaches. You need coaches even in life. Not to talk about marriage. I have discovered that people need marriage counselors face to face. I mean, from one level of their marriage to another, age to age. You will need people to guide you. You are either going directly to them to listen to what they want to tell you so that you will not fail, or you are observing somebody you know has a testimony in that regard. You may not think that you are learning, but you are learning because you are observing somebody who already knows, or who has done what you are about to do. When you have a change of environment, you will need people to guide you. I discovered that I was looking at the case of one man who became bankrupt. He was on the street. He said he has been in the, don't let me mention the nation, for 30-something years. Maybe the entry point was the problem. Maybe he got into the hands of some people who misguided him. So, number one, when you are starting a journey that is completely new to you, you need guidance and you need shoulders to lean on. Number two, when life looks empty and you can no longer figure it out. When life looks empty and you cannot again figure it out. You know, when God appeared, he appeared on the wheelchair. It's not that God is on the wheelchair, but we serve a God who can feel for you. He knows all about your infirmities. Hebrews chapter 4 says it. We have but an high priest who can be tempted also like you, who can also feel the way you are feeling. He's the only one. So, when life looks empty, because life can look empty, I have seen some people who attempted suicide because they feel that they are living for nothing. Life had become empty for them, and they can no longer figure it out. In the place of counseling, I see a lot and I hear a lot. So people are going through stuff, and many of us, we don't have an idea. Even when we come to church, we cover it up, but I know that some things are happening underneath the dress you're wearing. And I can tell you, it has no respect for either nomenclature. It doesn't have respect for age, challenges of life. No. They don't have respect for age. They only give you your size. Challenges will come in your own size. Everybody goes through it. So don't think that, oh, maybe some of us are exempted. No, we are not exempted. We also go through our own stuff. And we know what we do about it. So sometimes it happens like that when life looks empty. Life can look empty sometimes. And you think that it doesn't really worth it. Can't I take my life? Number 3, when do we need shoulders to lean on? When you get caught by circumstances beyond your strength. When you get caught by situations, circumstances beyond your strength, beyond your capacity. You didn't plan for it, but it happened anyway. You look so foolish, even when you see your records, and you will say, how did I get here? Circumstances can floor you. Situations of life can floor you, and you will wonder why. But you know what? It's not you alone. A lot of people are going through what you are going through. Oh, yes. I can tell you for free that a lot of people are going through the same phase you are going through. That is how life is structured. It's part of the process to produce the best from you and in you. So, when you get so caught up by circumstances beyond your strength, you need a shoulder. Please, help me tell your neighbor, you need a shoulder to lean on. Thank you. Everybody needs a shoulder to lean on. When you become tired of trying after several attempts to succeed and didn't work out. Some are there right now. When you become tired of trying, you tried. You have tried. Sometimes when I hear things like that, I shed tears. Because that is when my empathy shows. One young man came to me, a pastor, vibrant with the word of God. I have been a part of his life since he came. He served here. He married. He settled. He said God called him to ministry. And he started the ministry. And he's a very good man. He's a man of the word. But there's no results to show. For 7 years, no results to show. So when he came to me, the first thing I pictured in my mind is that it could be you. So if it were you, what will you do? I encouraged him. He now told me something that touched my heart the most. He said, sir, I will wait for the next 6 months. If it's not going to work, then I will give it up. And I will change location. 7 years after graduation. So I agree with him. Now what happened is this. He had no shoulder to lean on. No helper at all. And then he has been moving from place to place. Nobody to help him. And then when the people come to church and see where they are using for a place of worship, they will move away. They will just go to another better place where they can enjoy comfort. Not like our own. When we started, we were doing it in one place and we were clapping hands. No drum set. So he had nothing to attract anybody. And so they reduced and reduced and reduced to only himself, his wife, and 3 children. And he said he was going to give it up. And I could feel for him. I could feel for him. Some of us, we experience situations like that, where you will have tried your best and it's not just working. Maybe you are in a relationship and you have tried your best to put in your best, but it's not just working. You have invested so much, but it's not working. When you see an elderly man cry, he has gone through pains, sometimes trauma. And in an attempt to express that trauma, he or she brings out, he or she cries. It's an emotional thing though, but still, that's the way we are wired. Are you in a situation like that? When you become tired of your relationship with your spouse, your wife, your children, or your husband also is tired of you, or something just happened and it's like, you know what? We are not going forward. I'm still handling a case right now when a couple having 40 years, having put in 40 years into their marriage, they both agreed that they were going separate ways. The two of them agreed that they are going separate. They are not here, but I'm handling their case. Two of them agreed. Husband said, no more. Wife said, I'm not returning. And that there is nothing that can make me return. 40 years of investment. So sometimes when you see people go through stuff like that, you don't preach a sermon to them and saying, trust God now, trust God. God can be trusted. God can be trusted. Yes, God can be trusted. They also trusted God, but they still find them where they are. So I want you to please listen to me carefully. Calm down. That may not be your story. That may not be your story. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that will not be your story now. But calm down. When you see people go through stuff, please offer them your shoulder. Do everything to make them stand again. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you stand by them. It is not over here. I'm still handling the case, trusting God that the two of them will come back again, because it is not yet over.